Here are some things I wish I'd known when I first started fasting. I've been fasting for over 2 years, probably about 2.5 at this point. I've lost 115 pounds and was trying to fast for years and years before this most recent 2 years. And I would always try and stop and fail and could never figure out how to make it stick. But now I have made it stick. I'll tell you why. The first thing is I would like people to expect gradual results versus really, really quick dramatic results when you first start fasting. Some people do have really quick weight loss in the beginning. I was pretty lucky this time around where I think I lost about 35 pounds in the first 2 months, but I had a lot of weight to lose, and it just doesn't happen like that for everyone. A lot of people don't lose any weight in the beginning, and there's all sorts of reasons for that, but just expect that your weight loss is going to be gradual and it will all accumulate to be significant. Like, it doesn't all have to be in the first month. You're not going to lose 45 pounds in 1 month. Like, maybe you could, but I mean, that would be so unrealistic and it's just not going to be sustainable. And the main thing I feel like I was missing and so many people are missing is you just have to stop stopping. Just keep going. Even if it feels like it's not working, it's working. Something about it is working. It might not be the scale that's moving, but like something about your body is changing. You're getting healthier in some other way, and eventually the weight loss will come. The second thing is perfection with intermittent fasting is just not necessary. I feel like I've always had an all or nothing mindset with every diet I've ever done. I've always been like, the minute I break my diet, the minute I eat sugar, the minute I go over my calories, the minute I do whatever it is that I was trying to avoid doing, it's over. It's done. It's black and white. I'm either dieting or I'm not dieting. With intermittent fasting, it's not like that. And I used to think it was like that. Like when I first would try and fail, like the first day that I would mess up, I'd be like, well, I guess it's not for me. I can't do it. It's too hard. I ate at 2. I was trying to wait till 5. Like, you don't need to be perfect. Just do whatever you can and just keep going. Stop stopping. Just keep going. Maybe you can't make it past 10 o'clock in the morning. Great. Make it till 10 until you can make it till 11. And then just slowly work your way up. Don't expect day 1 to be perfect. And then don't expect day 1,000,000 to be perfect. Like, I still, multiple times a week, I have days where I, not regret, but I'm like, oh, okay, well, I thought I was going to have a 3-hour window today and end up having a 7-hour window. Like, it doesn't matter. It all just works out. And the like cumulative effect of all the fasting that you're doing, 2 perfect days, 3 terrible days, it all counts towards like an end goal that ends up being you're successful. The third thing is it's okay to switch it up. I was so rigid in the beginning. I think I probably did a good 4 months where I wasn't even loosening up on the weekends. I was doing 5-hour window every single day, no matter what. And if I went over that, I felt like a huge failure. I was so upset. Like, I had my Zero app that would have like a big red circle instead of a green circle, and I hated it. And I thought that if I would loosen up on the weekends, I was just going to gain all my weight back, and that didn't happen. I started getting a lot looser. I started doing longer windows, like for special occasions, and it kind of leaked into the weekends. And now my weekends, I pretty much always do like a longer eating window, and it's been fine. I've been doing this for a year and a half like this with looser weekends, and it's fine. And actually, a lot of people, experts, seem to think it's better to have like a less rigid approach and keep your body guessing. It's better to do like breakfast some days and dinner other days, and make it so your body doesn't just get so used to like this rigid schedule that it's on, because that can also kind of make your weight loss stall. And the fourth thing is trust that your food choices will eventually change and get better. If you're starting intermittent fasting coming from a place of already eating really, really healthy, then great, just keep doing that. But if you're starting intermittent fasting and not eating really healthy, and you're gonna try and start to like clean up your diet, go pescatarian and count your calories and do intermittent fasting, I think you're taking on too much. And I think you should just try and stick with one thing. Like, it's just a lot of things can go wrong, and then you'll get discouraged and then you'll quit everything. Versus if you just say, okay, I'm gonna intermittent fast, I'm gonna do an 8-hour eating window starting tomorrow, and I'm not gonna worry about my food choices. You can just keep the food you're eating and trust that eventually, it might take months, it did for me, your food choices will just naturally change, and you will naturally lean into like healthier ones. Because I remember when I first started 2 times ago. It was during the pandemic, and then I ended up getting pregnant, so I stopped. But it was when we were all baking. Remember when we were all baking in the pandemic? And I was making bread. I was making all, like, everything I would see on baking shows, and I was making pastry, puff pastry, all of it. And of course I wasn't losing weight because I was going crazy eating like a teenage boy. But eventually, after a few months for me, I started to realize I actually genuinely feel so much better when I start my day off with a salad. And I don't end my day with a salad, like I eat whatever I want. But I just learned eventually that my food choices really affect the way I feel. And that just came naturally. Like, I didn't have to force it at all. It just like happened naturally. And I think it happens too with most people naturally. Once you stick with fasting for a long time, your food choices just evolve into being really healthy. Anyway, those are the 4 things I really wish I had known in the beginning. I feel like I would have saved myself a lot of added pressure that I put on myself, and that I think a lot of people put on themselves. And that's why I think a lot of people quit, because they expect perfection in the beginning from themselves, and it's hard. You can't be perfect in the beginning, and it's okay.